Rivanna's pen pilfering ploy plunges politics into pandemonium. In the chaotic carnival of Karnataka politics, where ambition trips over absurdity daily, one man has stumbled into the limelight with all the grace of a clown on roller skates. His name? Rivanna, a politician whose latest misadventure has turned him into the punchline of a scandal so ridiculous, it could only happen in the real world. The mystery of the missing pen. It all kicked off on an unremarkable Tuesday in the Legislative Assembly. Rivanna, a man whose punctuality is matched only by his ability to miss the point, was spotted lingering near the Chief Minister's desk. At the center of attention was the CM's pride and joy, a golden fountain pen, allegedly bestowed upon him by some foreign bigwig. This wasn't just any pen, it was the Excalibur of bureaucracy, set to sign laws into existence with a single, majestic flourish. Every politician in the room coveted it, but none more conspicuously than Rivanna. By lunchtime, the pen was gone. Chaos erupted. The chief minister, veins popping like firecrackers, demanded a full investigation. Security cameras rolled back the tape, and there was Rivanna, fidgeting near the desk, hands hovering over the pen like a kid sneaking cookies. The footage conveniently cut out just as something shiny disappeared into his pocket. The media smelled blood, or at least a week's worth of ratings. Headlines blared, Rivanna pens his own downfall. Newsrooms looped the blurry footage endlessly, with pundits arguing over whether this was a calculated power grab or just Rivanna being Rivanna. One anchor, voice quivering with gravitas, proclaimed, "This isn't just a theft, it's an assault on the ink of justice." Rivanna's ridiculous rebuttal, never one to let a crisis go unaddressed, or a camera go unwarmed, Rivanna called a press conference to clear his name. It was a disaster from the start. Striding toward the podium, he tripped over a stray microphone cord, arms flailing like a windmill in a storm. The journalists roared with laughter as he picked himself up, adjusted his tie, and launched into his defense. "My friends," he began, voice dripping with rehearsed earnestness, "I am no thief. I am a patriot." He paused dramatically, only to swat at a fly that had chosen that moment to land on his forehead. The room snickered as he soldiered on. "I didn't steal the pen. I was inspecting it. For security reasons. I suspected it might be a foreign spy gadget, planted to undermine our great state." A reporter piped up, "Do you have any proof, sir?" Rivanna blinked, caught off guard. "Proof? Well, no, but I have instincts. And in politics, instincts are worth more than facts, aren't they?" The silence that followed was deafening, broken only by a few stifled chuckles. The opposition smells opportunity. Cue the opposition leader, Rivanna's slick and scheming rival, who wasted no time pouncing on the fiasco. "This pen-stealing buffoon is a blight on our assembly," he thundered to a cheering crowd. "Resign, Rivanna, or at least retreat to the backbenches where your incompetence can't hurt us." But Rivanna had an ace, or so he thought. With a flourish, he whipped out a pen from his jacket and waved it triumphantly. "Behold! The pen in question. I didn't steal it, I borrowed it to test its ink. And let me tell you, it's top-notch." The press applauded, half confused, half amused. Back in his office, the chief minister spat out his coffee. "That's not my pen," he bellowed at the TV. "Mine's got diamonds on it." Rivanna, oblivious to this detail, soaked up the moment, grinning like he'd just won an election. The people have their say, the public couldn't resist piling on. Twitter exploded with #Pengate memes, Rivanna as a cartoon bandit, Rivanna juggling pens, Rivanna behind bars with a quill tattoo. One tweet hit the jackpot, "Rivanna didn't steal the pen stole his last shred of credibility." Another zinger, "Next time, Rivanna, stick to crayons, less evidence to wipe away." Even the street vendors got in on the action. A tea seller outside the assembly shrugged, "Pens, power, politicians, they grab what they can and leave us with the mess." Same old story. The absurd truth emerges. In a twist no one saw coming, except maybe those who know Rivanna, the real story came out. The chief minister's pen hadn't been stolen at all. A janitor, sweeping up after hours, had knocked it into a drawer, where it sat unnoticed through the whole debacle. The pen Ravenna had brandished? A 5-rupee knockoff he'd picked up from a roadside stall to cover his tracks. Confronted with the truth, Ravenna shrugged. Well, I tried to do the honorable thing. And maybe this'll teach the CM to lock up his fancy toys. The media, bored of the saga, chased the next shiny scandal. The public, entertained but unsurprised, went back to their lives. And Ravenna? He retreated to his office, practicing his next speech in front of a mirror, cheap pen in hand, plotting his next accidental headline. Moral of the tale: in the grand circus of politics, the truth is often sillier than the satire, and the only thing sharper than a politician's ambition is the pen they swear they didn't take.